Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Rakesh Verma. Before I get really started, let me give you some of the background. Yes, it's true that back in 1995, not almost 30 years now, we'll be celebrating 30 years of our existence on 17th of February. We had the vision, or rather I had the vision, that one day, I'll tell you about that one day also, one day majority or 80% of any data will have a location component. That led to, and this is the time when India was undergoing its own issues financially, economically, early 90s, when we left our, I'll say, cushy jobs in General Motors and IBM in the US after living there for 12 long years. It was not in India what you see today and what I see today. But that kind of a conviction and passion has drove me and my wife, Rashmi, to do something for our country. And today I'll be happy to talk about it, what we have done, and how it is helping the topic that we have today. Actually, I had prepared a structured slide, but today morning when I got up, I saw in YouTube a very interesting video. And I said, let me now do my talk today, keeping that video in the background, and see where we are today or where we are heading. Sound is not coming.
से हर रोज लाखों लोग सफर किया करेंगे। भारत के पहले स्मार्ट सिटी से लेकर बुलेट ट्रेन तक ये हैं भारत के वो 7 बड़े मेगा प्रोजेक्ट जो देश का नक्शा बदलने वाले हैं। नंबर 1, नोएडा इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट। सोचिए, एशिया का सबसे बड़ा एयरपोर्ट अब कहीं और नहीं बल्कि हमारे देश भारत के अंदर होगा। जी हां, इसका नाम नोएडा इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट है, जो अप्रैल 2025 तक उड़ान भरने के लिए तैयार हो जाएगा। ये 5000 एकड़ में फैला हुआ एयरपोर्ट न सिर्फ वर्ल्ड क्लास सुविधाएं देगा, बल्कि भारत को हवाई यात्रा के एक नए युग में ले जाएगा। लग्जरी शॉपिंग, इंटरनेशनल क्यूजीन और हाईटेक टेक्नोलॉजी से भरे इस एयरपोर्ट का हर कोना आपको हैरान कर देगा। यहाँ बने 5 रनवे की मदद से रोजाना लाखों लोग ट्रैवल करेंगे और हर उड़ान का अनुभव पहले से कहीं ज्यादा शानदार होगा। नंबर 2, यमुना एक्सप्रेसवे स्पीड ट्रैकिंग सिस्टम। इमेजिन कीजिए, गाड़ी चलाते वक्त अगर स्पीड 100 किलोमीटर प्रति घंटे से कम हुई तो तुरंत चालान कट जाएगा। नहीं, मैं दुबई या अमेरिका की नहीं बल्कि भारत की बात कर रहा हूं। जी हां, ये कोई मजाक नहीं बल्कि हकीकत है, क्योंकि यमुना एक्सप्रेसवे पर अब हाईटेक स्पीड ट्रैकिंग सिस्टम लगने जा रहा है, जो हर ड्राइवर की स्पीड पर नजर रखेगा। इस प्रोजेक्ट का मकसद सिर्फ स्पीड बढ़ाना नहीं बल्कि हर सफर को एक एडवेंचर बनाना है। ये स्मार्ट टेक्नोलॉजी आपको एक्सप्रेसवे पर तेज रफ्तार का रोमांच महसूस करवाएगी। नंबर 3, मुंबई अहमदाबाद बुलेट ट्रेन। क्या आप सोच सकते हैं कि मुंबई से अहमदाबाद का सफर महज 4 घंटे में पूरा हो जाएगा, वो भी 350 किलोमीटर प्रति घंटे की स्पीड से? ये कोई सपना नहीं बल्कि मुंबई अहमदाबाद बुलेट ट्रेन अब बहुत जल्द हकीकत बनने वाली है। यानी कई सालों से जिस बुलेट ट्रेन का सपना हम देख रहे हैं, उसका काम अब फाइनली शुरू होने जा रहा है। और ऐसा अनुमान है कि आने वाले 3 सालों में ये प्रोजेक्ट पूरा हो जाएगा। जापान की सुपरफास्ट टेक्नोलॉजी से लैस यह ट्रेन आपके सफर को इतना स्मूथ बनाएगी कि आपको महसूस ही नहीं होगा कि आप हजारों किलोमीटर की दूरी तय कर चुके हैं। ये प्रोजेक्ट भारतीय रेलवे की तस्वीर बदल कर रख देगा। नंबर 4, धोलेरा स्मार्ट सिटी। जरा सोचिए, एक ऐसा शहर जो पूरी तरह से स्मार्ट हो और फ्यूचर की हर सुविधा से लैस हो। गुजरात में बन रहा धोलेरा स्मार्ट सिटी भारत का सबसे बड़ा और पहला ग्रीनफील्ड स्मार्ट सिटी प्रोजेक्ट है। ये शहर करीब 920 वर्ग किलोमीटर में फैला होगा और पूरी तरह से प्लानिंग के हिसाब से डेवलप हो रहा है। यहाँ 24 घंटे बिजली, पानी, स्मार्ट ट्रांसपोर्ट और हाई स्पीड इंटरनेट जैसी हर एक सुविधा मिलेगी। 2025 तक इसके पहले फेज का काम पूरा हो जाएगा और 2040 तक ये शहर पूरी तरह से एकदम नया रूप ले लेगा। नंबर 5, नवी मुंबई इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट। दोस्तों, मुंबई में एक ऐसा नया एयरपोर्ट बन रहा है जो हमारे देश के हवाई सफर को पूरी तरह से बदल देगा। इसका नाम है नवी मुंबई इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट। इस प्रोजेक्ट पर करीब 17,000 करोड़ रुपए खर्च हो रहे हैं और ये 2025 तक तैयार हो जाएगा। इसमें हर साल 60 मिलियन से ज्यादा लोग सफर कर सकेंगे। ये एयरपोर्ट पूरी तरह से हाईटेक और लग्जरी सुविधाओं से लैस होगा, जिससे मुंबई की भीड़ और ट्रैफिक का दबाव भी काफी हद तक कम हो जाएगा। इसे भारत के अंदर हवाई यात्रा का एक नया दौर शुरू करने के लिए तैयार किया जा रहा है। नंबर 6, बेंगलुरु सब अर्बन रेलवे प्रोजेक्ट। बेंगलुरु के जिद्दी ट्रैफिक से राहत पाना अब एक हकीकत बनने जा रहा है, क्योंकि सब अर्बन रेलवे प्रोजेक्ट शहर के ट्रांसपोर्ट सिस्टम को पूरी तरह बदलने की तैयारी में है। करीब 148 किलोमीटर लंबा ये रेलवे नेटवर्क बेंगलुरु के हर कोने को जोड़ देगा, जिससे रोजमर्रा का सफर तेज और आसान हो जाएगा। इस प्रोजेक्ट में मॉडर्न सुविधाएं होंगी, जैसे हाई स्पीड ट्रेनों और स्मार्ट स्टेशन का नेटवर्क। इसका काम 2026 तक पूरा होने की उम्मीद है। नंबर 7, ग्रीन एनर्जी कॉरिडोर। एक ऐसा नेटवर्क जो पूरे देश में सोलर और विंड एनर्जी को ट्रांसफर करेगा, यही है ग्रीन एनर्जी कॉरिडोर। इस प्रोजेक्ट का मकसद है भारत को साफ और सस्टेनेबल एनर्जी की तरफ ले जाना, जो लगभग 2030 तक पूरा हो जाएगा। ये कॉरिडोर लाखों किलोमीटर तक बिजली की लाइनों का जाल बिछाएगा, जिससे सोलर और विंड एनर्जी को बड़े शहरों और दूर दराज के इलाकों तक पहुंचाना आसान होगा। इसके फायदे साफ हैं, ये न सिर्फ पर्यावरण को बचाएगा बल्कि हमारी बिजली की जरूरतों को भी पूरा करेगा। इसके जरिए कार्बन एमिशन कम होंगे और बिजली के बिल काफी ज्यादा सस्ते हो जाएंगे।
Just wanted to give you a flavor of where the physical infrastructure is moving and what we, in a humble way, have played and are playing a role in the digital infrastructure part of it using the location technology. Now, where does geospatial and location technology fit into whatever you saw, plus a lot more things I'll talk about? We have to look at it from two sides. Prior to 2021 February, could I have even imagined that the location technologies can be used in such big ways? Answer definitely was no. It was a revolutionary policy and regulations change that our Prime Minister himself got involved in, and I was part of it in convincing him that unless and until these regulations, the archaic policies are not changed, nothing will happen, and geospatial technologies won't be, the country will not be able to move forward using this great technology. So this part of liberalization of geospatial sector was put in place in February 2021, followed by a full policy in 2022, the drone policy of 2021, and the Indian space policy of 2023. These were the major, through these policy changes, the major bottlenecks were removed. What's the other part? The impactful initiatives of building national digital infrastructure such as Aadhaar, GSTN. Probably we have seen already the great benefits that have come out from Aadhaar and GSTN. Since we are very deeply involved with GSTN, imagine 5 lakh crore of traders whose location was done, geo-referenced within a period of 2 months. How that was possible, again, as I move through the slides, I'll talk about it. But it was not just Aadhaar and GSTN. Think about the CoWIN during the pandemic period, the CoWIN platform, the National Logistics Portal, the PM Gati Shakti, National Digital Health Mission, Swamitwa Scheme, NPCIL, UPI, upcoming GNSS-based trolling, what you saw in the video also, UBI, usage-based insurance, and the latest we are hearing is the DigiPin. Well, I do not know how many of us realize geospatial plays a very crucial role in all these digital initiatives, digital infrastructure platforms, accentuating the vision, the value, and accelerating our national digital economic agenda. Now, MapmyIndia, and I really would love to talk more from an industry angle rather than MapmyIndia angle, but since I'm part of MapmyIndia, I have to use that name. But think about that there is a larger, the industry has many other players, and it applies to all of them. So MapmyIndia has been in the forefront of creating and supporting digital infrastructure of the country. There are two parts of it: the MapmyIndia data, the geospatial data, and the Mapple's software application product, platforms, and solutions. This is the crux of the technology that is being used for the growth of the digital infrastructure. When I talk about the MapmyIndia data, let me take you back. Back in 90s, we didn't have any of the technologies that you and I see, not even GPS. Forget about LiDAR and all that. But if you think and operate in the absence of some technology or something missing properly, it will give you the reward someday. So what we had done in 90s was door-to-door address collection. And that has become the key success to MapmyIndia's data today, where the exact location of the door of a building, of a point of interest, of a place, we are able to give it, which is used by hundreds of enterprises. When it comes to the platform itself has the APIs and SDKs. And again, hundreds or maybe thousands of organizations are taking benefit of these platforms, even organizations like GSTN and many others, CoWIN. I mean, you can start naming any one of them. They are using this platform so that they do not have to build the data. They do not have to build the platform. They can straight away benefit from the APIs and SDK and build their own application. Something interesting. This is the one that's dearest to my heart, is the Mapple's app. In spite of all the difficulties of popularizing it and making sure that crores or 100 crores of people use it, believe me, use it once. If you have not, you will find it better than the other one available for you. It's accurate. It helps you from saving, getting away from any kind of a safety. It helps you from taking you to an unknown place. Now, why I'm talking about this is this product is a showcase for us. We don't earn revenue from this, and hence we are not impacted by, although we have over now 30 million users who are actively using it, but we are not impacted as a business. Now, these are some of the features that goes into it. I'll not talk about it. The entire platform runs on, when I talked about the software, the platform, it runs on 3 buzzwords. It's called MaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. Map as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. We have built certain software as a service like Mapples, is showcased that you can use the platform to build it as a service and make an application quickly. Map as a service has been provided to make sure that people who have their own platform and who can build their own software can use map as a service. There are umpteen number of big giants who are using this, whether it's Apple or Facebook or you name it, Amazon, Flipkart, any one of them. So, point I'm trying to make is just this MaaS, PaaS, and SaaS, the three buzzwords have created the business. To give you a perspective, the business which was hardly 100, 150 crores prior to the liberalization, I'm talking about the revenue, has grown up to almost 500 crores today, in spite of, again, what you think, or some of you might be thinking that the big giant is sitting and how come we are able to do it. It is the platform that has made the difference. Now, instead of showing these slides, let me talk few things about the digital infrastructure. All those who are building the digital infrastructure, one side is the government sector, the other side is the corporate sector. What I believe is there is a location component to it, and they can all take a cue from what these hundreds and thousands of organizations are not getting worried about or should not get worried about creating that platform again and again. In spite of the fact that we are there for 25 years, still we don't see any serious player whatever I'm talking about. It's not the money that can help you make the platform. People have asked me this question many times, particularly the investors. Oh, what does it take? Some company will get funded with 1,000 crores. Can't they build it? Or they can get the investment of 10,000 crores. Can't they build it? There's something also, there's a word called passion. Today, that passion, along with AI, I don't mean artificial intelligence. That passion, along with AI, and AI stands for artificial intelligence with human intelligence, we call it augmented intelligence. So the platform I'm talking about is an augmented intelligence. It is not garbage in and garbage out, so that ultimately you might fall in a sea or in a water, or cross the bridge, or go to an unknown place. It is a serious thing that augmented intelligence can help you. At least I'm talking about in geospatial. I'm not a guru in the other spaces of internet technology. To add few more flavors to what I'm talking about is today, what I told you, 90s the data collection was in the field. Today, the data collection has many components. One, definitely everybody knows crowdsourcing, but crowdsourcing, how good or how bad it is for you to judge. The entire aerial, whether it is satellite, or whether it is aircraft, or whether it is drone, when you put them together, the data that you get is an image. That image, when processed with an AI tools, and then human intelligence is applied to convert that data that is generated by AI, that is the data that we produce, and that's the data that differentiates us from almost anyone and everyone. So that's on the data side, collection side. Once this data comes in, then the next part that happens is how they get ingested in the platform. And that, properly putting it in the platform makes the big difference. The technology is all homegrown. If you think of MapmyIndia, it is 100% Atmanirbhar. There is no product or a cart or a software that we use from anywhere in the world. And that comes from the passion that we can do it. All Indians sitting over here can do it if you are doing your own, if you have your own organization. Technology is nice to bring in. Technology and bringing a product and building your product on top of that product is another matter. So once that happens, then the next part is dissemination. How do you deliver? No two customers, even Coca-Cola or Pepsi, are the same as far as we are concerned. No two customers, Flipkart or Amazon, they are the same for us. So I just can't package one and give it to everybody in the same way. That's differentiation when you bring in. Understanding the pain or what NPCI needs or what GSTN needs, everybody's business, how close they are in the same industry is different. Understanding that is a very key part of it. So once you are able to disseminate or deliver to the customer or the consumers, then the next thing happens is your, what we call it, customer satisfaction or a consumer satisfaction. For doing all this, building a brand is very critical. Today's world and tomorrow's world is brand oriented. But building a brand name without backup from the quality products is not going to help either. So you have to put the two together and make sure that while the brand gets established because you are able to communicate properly, you are able to give the narrative correctly, but at the same time it is backed by the good product behind it. I think I have this much to talk today. The first vision is, instead of 30 million or 3 crores of users who are using Mappers, there should be 100 crores. There are lots of bottlenecks. It's not for public discussion, so I'll stop there. But if that happens, that itself will be a big thing for Atmanirbhar product in a space where there is only one other player. I think every other space, if you find quick commerce or e-commerce or payments or whatever, you see multiple players, which is good for the citizens, consumers. But having just one player dominating is not something good for the consumers. That's the vision one. And I think that just like in -- we talked about that one day, today I'll say, if not too long, at least in 5 years, I hope this vision we succeed in it. The second vision you are talking about is the more the people stop recreating a thing that exists, the better off the country would be, and the country's economic growth would be faster. What I mean by that, if something exists, and if it is available with the right quality at the right price, why spend years and years to keep recreating that anywhere? It happens in the government sector, it happens in the private sector also. And I've seen many, again, it's not fair on my part, many of them, after doing it for 5 years or so, later realized, oh, it's better to use the platform that exists. So the second vision is, since you asked me about it, this is the second part. The next thing, we believe that it's not a vision, it's a desire. That the entire publicly created data in the government, which we hear that it's available, but it's really truly not available the way I believe that can be ingested in a platform. So if it is available, it will be good, truly available properly. Lot of organizations can benefit out of it. I don't know, more than this, the other vision is company specific, which is ours, where we would like to see in 2 to 3 years doubling our revenue.
So if I may ask, thank you very much. Is this from NAVIC or GPS? Much
NAVIC.
of your data is from NAVIC or GPS?
See, NAVIC data is not from neither from NAVIC nor from
Location.
GPS.
The location.
Location is coming from GPS, but we are integrated with NAVIC. It depends on how fast the mobile companies or others also put in their chipset, the NAVIC chipset, and it will work.
Right. And how about vertical, geospatial vertical data? Let's say you got the high-rise buildings.
I
Right?
understand.
How do you map that?
See,
and the third last thing I'll say is, are you also creating digital twins of infrastructure?
digital twins.
Of infrastructure.
Yeah. As I said, when I had originally prepared my presentation, it had all this. I just skipped them. Yes, we are creating and we have the digital twin of places, many places, cities like that. We don't tom-tom about it much. It's just the way MapmyIndia is. Coming to your height, yes, height data is very critical. Number of floors are also important. The flat numbers are also important from different angles. A delivery guy would like to know the flat number, this is on 10th floor, the entrance is this way. Telecom companies might require it, thinking what is the height of the building. And if you ask me, in the early 90s, mid-90s, that's the work we did, was for the telecom companies, where the clutter, the height, and the vector, which meant the height is easy to understand, the clutter means how the land use is, and the vector means the road network and all that. So yes, we do have.
We'll take last two questions, one from the gentleman and one from the lady. First, sir, over to you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. This is here, sir. This way.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. I think very fascinated about your story. And out of 30 million, 2 of us are sitting next to each other who are the Maple user. So, so my question is, right, when you go to the fundamental new technology, the lower level, there is more monopoly or oligopoly. What is your thought of breaking the oligopoly or a monopoly at the foundational technology level? How can India enter into that or break the monopolies at the foundational level?
Well, my approach, let me say it carefully, my approach. I can't do anything on the government side. So I have to do it ourselves. So if I have to do it ourselves, 30 million also happened in just last 1 year, believe me. It was 2 million a year back. So now on 17th of February next month, we'll be launching the new release that Mappers app will have all the Indian languages. Now it's nothing, the other player also has it. Let me say it in the beginning, nothing different. But maybe that was a restraint or constraint for the people in tier 2, tier 3 across the country thinking of using it. I think out of our 30 million, the majority is from the urban cities which speaks English. I think the process of this sector and the tech companies have kind of already merged, because at least 100 and almost all of the big ones, they are able to merge this industry's tech with their way of doing things. I don't think that's a challenge anymore. Oh, I know, got it. Actually, I'm less qualified to talk on that. I hear a lot, just like you might be hearing, so it's better I stay away from it. Mapples and MapmyIndia is the brand of the company called C-Info Systems. It's not outside C-Info Systems. So as I said in my earlier slide, that we say the data is MapmyIndia. We call it as a MapmyIndia data. The platform software solutions, we call it as Mappers. These are the two brands we have.
Yeah, but the venture that Rohan Verma is going to lead, the consumer business that he is.
Oh, you're talking about Rohan Verma.
Yeah.
No, he has not taken away anything from the company.
He's starting a new venture, right?
Huh?
He's starting a new consumer venture, right?
I can't hear. Oh, but that's nothing to do with geospatial. Thank you very much.